Hi everyone, this is Evolved Being. I am Sheena, and I am finishing up a series that I didn't finish, and I'm finishing it up here in Sequoia National Forest. I am on an adventure. I saved some money. I've been planning to just take I don't know, 4 to 6 months and travel the country if I can. And I've never really seen some of the most beautiful parts of the United States. And I know there are so many beautiful places. And I just wanted to take some time to actually see them, to be free of responsibility, to have more room to create, to get inspired to write, things like that. And that is what I'm doing. And it all kind of goes full circle because it's a lot about what I do and what I help other people do is just like sometimes we're not able to really actualize our dreams because of life. And sometimes it takes planning and organizing something so that we can create that time for ourselves. And that's essentially what I've done is I created a little bit of time. I created a little financial system. I created an environment where I can really work on me and connect with nature. And it's my day one so far, and there's a lot of time when you're out in nature. So, I what better thing to do than to work on my processes and really put out some content and things like that. So, today it's appropriate because I had started this 5 episode series about relationships, and the one I haven't talked about yet is our connection to the divine, or our connection to nature, or our connection to spirit. And this is a touchy subject because I know a lot of Christians. A lot of Christianity is in my family. My grandmother is still Catholic. I was baptized Catholic. I was born again Christian. I went to yoga training, and I don't know what I was at that point. I looked into a lot of Hindu culture and a lot of Buddhist culture, and I've looked into all sorts of different readings, and I've read so much, and I love all my family members, and I love everyone and their ability to stay dedicated to their religions. But I look around, and sometimes it's hard to talk about that relationship to spirit and be open-minded and still not be a bad guy, because I think in Christianity sometimes we can be looked down upon if, God forbid, we follow some of the interesting spiritual things that exist. The Bible sort of gives all that stuff a bad rap, and I personally, I believe I have been connecting to nature, been connecting to spirit, been really working this path. And what I understand to be true is it's all okay. It's all right. It's all connection. It's all connection to God. Jesus is connection to God. Buddha is connection to God. Nature is connection to God. God is connection to nature. Love is connection to nature, to God. And so on and so forth. And we don't we don't have to we don't have to subscribe to one way anymore. We live in a culture where our humanness and that quiet, subtle, energetic understanding of things that we just can't comprehend, that we can't use language to interpret, that we can't talk about really. It runs in every religion. It runs in every culture. It runs in every human. And that is what I'm talking about when I talk about our relationship to nature, our relationship to the spirit, to the highest source, right? And the more I think about it, and I'm glad, I felt like I was procrastinating, putting together this last episode, but at the same time maybe I wasn't. I'm here now. I'm working in the space of nature, and I've sort of let go of some of the stuff around me, like a job and the security of getting a normal income and these sorts of things, and I, in the process, whenever I do a video or whenever I start to write down things that I want to do and commit to, like an episode series, my brain's already in it. It's paying attention to the connections, it's paying attention to the relationships, it's paying attention to the concepts that I'm talking about. And so when I talk, in a sense, it's a work in progress, but it's also a channeling, it's also a connecting. It's also just part of my passion and what I love to do. Talk, think about things. I guess I'm a philosopher of sorts, but because I waited so long, I have so much more like inspiration about that connection to relationships, or that connection to nature, that highest relationship that is possible. And something that I've gathered over the past, whenever I started doing this series, was that relationship is life, because you actually have a relationship to everything. Everything. Material, non-material, thoughts, substances, friendships, loved ones, God, nature, your dog, your car, your phone. Like, that's what we're talking about when we're talking about you and that. Like, because in the biggest understanding, and I think a lot of our world talks about it, and a lot of our religion talks about it, in the biggest understanding, we actually aren't separate from anything. But because for whatever reason we're these cognitive creatures, and we think in this ego sort of centric world, we do feel like we're attached from the body, or detached from the body. We do feel like we're detached from our computer. We do feel like we're detached from source and trees and our animals and our relationships with our people. We think we're separate. That's the way we think, right? So relationship reconnects us to what that like essential understanding is, and that essential understanding is that we aren't separate. We actually are connected, and we're actually all the same sort of thing, showing up in different ways and in different expressions. So relationship is kind of the thing that brings us back to the fact that we are one. So how beautifully then we can say that connection to nature is kind of, or to the highest connection, is that realization that we are just the same as everything else, that we are just connected to everything else, that we are just a part of everything else, that we are whole, one whole thing, very separately. Because for whatever reason, this magnificent body, mind, being, cell, atom, whatever influence has created things to look different. And we can't really fully explain that all the time. And maybe if you get with the right physicist or metaphysicist, or astrologer, or what, they can maybe break that down for you in a scientific way. But the truth is, we see it separate, right? I see my phone right now. I see this computer. I see this microphone. I see this tea. I drink this tea. I made this tea. It feels very separate than me, right? But instead I had a relationship. I had a relationship with my body, who told me I want some tea right now, and with the store that I bought the tea at, and hopefully you're buying from local and amazing places like I do, and the guy that sold me the tea, and it's all happened, and I had a relationship with the French press, to put it in here, and the water, and how I got the water, and it's all here now, and it is all different relationships that add to this relationship, to really, I'm going to put this inside my body, and then it's going to do the things it's going to do, and then there I am, life again, And that's kind of what I think about when I think about the relationship to the one. There's like a lot of things going on, and then there's like kind of nothing going on, if that makes sense. And that is, to me, what religion, what God, what Jesus, what Buddha, what spirit, what nature, what animals, what Course in Miracles, what book after book after book after conversation is really trying to show us. And there's no judgment in all of that. There's no competition. There's no negativity. There's no sadness. There's no pain in that. It's sort of this just ever-flowing isness. I'll definitely credit Deepak Chopra, because he always is talking about the isness, and then a little bit about David Hawkins, because he also shares quite a bit about isness, and when we get past the idea of duality, that there is this ever lasting isness that just is there, and it really isn't something we can talk about, but we bring it down all these levels, all these little spaces, all these different places, all these different religion, all these different conversations, all these different books, just to talk about it, because it is magnificent. It is magnificent. And to me, that is relationship to the highest. We'll say that because it's all encompassing. It's nature, it's God, it's spirit. It is however you want to look at it. And it is us. That is the thing. So how nice to be able to intuit all of that after a long break in videos. So I'm here. I'm in the Sequoia National Forest. I might be here for another day or two. I'm going to go to Yosemite. Me and Gaia are just continuing to move along and reset up our camp and maybe make more videos and maybe write a little bit and maybe do the things that we're meant to do with a great sense of focus. So thank you for watching. I don't know when I'll post this. It is currently Thursday, August 11th, 3:38 p.m. wherever I am, if that means anything. And I'll put this together. I'll post it as soon as I can when I get some Wi-Fi. Yeah. Some things that I love, by the way, since I'm camping. This guy here, I don't know, I got it on Amazon. Not that I love to promote Amazon, sorry. I want to buy local, but also, you know, it's cheaper and it gets you where you're going. Solar fan, it's pretty cool. And then also a lantern, so that's cool. Some things I love right now. My wonderful boyfriend brought me a new water bottle, and I got this amazing hot or cold drink bottle. And this Jackery is amazing. This is so cool. You can have charge anywhere for a little while without turning your car on, so that's nice. I love that. Anyways, I love you. I'm so grateful to be here sharing, and I love the internet for letting me be able to do this stuff. Have a beautiful day. Follow me more, subscribe. I'm going to do more of this. I want to do more of this, you know. I'm inspired by nature today. So follow me, please. Yeah, hit subscribe, hit like, go to my Instagram, go to my Facebook. I'm going to post as much as I can. All right.